What's up, every pony?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Why?
We're up to a great
I'm
start.
okay with it.
Let's put the graphic out, man. This is over. This is already
Act-
over.
maybe that's yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another live episode of Gloves Off, where we take our gloves off and then we do things with our hands because we're men.
Master
My
hand
name's
gaming.
Koopa. Yeah, there we go. My name's Koopa. I'm addicted to crack.
What's going on?
Okay, yeah, this has completely gone off the rails. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the podcast. So if you can't tell by what's going on, by the people that we have in the call right now, we're either derailing into debauchery or it's PR season again. And by hold, it just happens to be both. So you're just going to go around the circle. Obviously, it's me, Koopa. Joining me, the man behind the sticks, the most handsome man, the slave behind a computer today.
Are hungry.
Yeah.
Hi guys, follow me on Twitch. I'm playing Banjo Tooie. I might even play after the stream. So
No, I'm doing that.
man.
Shill. James is here, if you can already tell.
Yeah, what's up?
And oh yeah, Chris is here also.
No biddy though.
Well, obviously, I'm here.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, so just for transparency's sake, Biddy had other obligations, and RJ is currently babysitting. So out of the PR panelists, it's just going to be the three of us. But you don't really need like too many cooks in the kitchen to explain what's going on today. So
Cooks in the kitchen. Nice.
yeah, I'm saying we cook out here sometimes. But yeah, so basically here's the breakdown for it today. It's gonna be pretty much a PowerPoint presentation, more or less. Like that's what these usually boil down to. So if you guys are paying close attention, we already showed you who number one was. You're not gonna believe it. Bash stack S. So yeah, we're gonna go through the rankings 1 through 15. Say a little bit something about each other. Probably mention some people that were, Buzz Lightyear jumping off the railing and just so close, but not close enough. And then we do have some information to share about the upcoming season. I know we're a couple of weeks late, but shit happens. So
Hey, if you guys would have submitted on time, we would have had it done on time.
Also,
Yes.
I just want to let you know that like the real reason that only was it 60% of the PR panel is in the call right now is because the other 40 didn't want to get beat up by you guys. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys are really mean.
I'm definitely afraid to get hit.
I'm
Who's gonna
not.
swing?
I will swing
well,
back.
all right. So I will take this ship and correct it. So basically, that's not what I wanted. I'm clicking things. All right, there we go. Data and rules. So since there was some controversy over the way that the PR was kind of calculated last season, things have become fully transparent per everyone's wishes and per all of us what we want to do anyways. So essentially, what's going on is there's now going to be a Google form. This Google form will keep track of your wins. It's going to be live the entire season, like from season 3 moving forward and like all the seasons thereafter. So you guys could
Until they cancel us.
Yeah, until we get canceled, of course, which may have already happened tonight. But anyways, so like you could basically track your scores. Jesus, you could basically track your wins and stuff, and everyone can see that. It's like a bunch of just shared Google Drive documents. So as transparent as you can get. So then there's also a rule form. I gotta look and find it because RJ just looked at it before.
Did you just? What's that? James, I hate you. Is that you that did that?
Here's James.
Dude, he's a mod. He could literally. He just does it.
Now
But-
Paz is doing it.
Yeah, it's perfect. This is the way things happen here. This is why New Jersey is as great as it is. You guys don't realize it. It's just a big shitpost and no one actually cares about this stuff, but we sure pretend we do.
Honestly.
So anyways, yeah, so there's a whole form about it, and here it is. So the New Jersey ranking. So there's now the format, qualifications for rankings, qualifications for events, standard sanctioned event, all that stuff. So courtesy of RJ, your very favorite TO, that is basically the New Jersey ranking document. So I encourage all of you guys to check that out. It'll all be linked later on, probably in the description of this future YouTube VOD and also on the New Jersey Smash website, which is like a work in progress, but that's also happening.
Yeah, I definitely recommend you go and read that because that's obviously going to hold the key information, both if you're organizing tournaments and if you want to be eligible to apply for this coming season, which we're already 2 weeks in. So, and I just want to people ask for two things. Number one, they ask for more transparent information, which we gave them. in the form of the Google Drive, so now everybody can see not only what was submitted this past season, but what's going to be submitted forward. And we might as well just get out of the way now, but we are changing the scale of how the tournaments are weighed. And I just want to preface this with saying that the reason that we originally balanced the tournaments the way that we did is because weeklies were dead and monthlies were popping. And obviously times have changed. The game's really popular and everyone's bursting out of the seams. So naturally, because it's these things tend to change, life changes, things happen. And, we realized that there needs to be a little bit of balancing. So
also, y'all are bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hoes and tricks.
I want to add that. I'm not trying to hide behind no current. I'm just saying.
That too.
Yeah,
we're
pretty open around here. Literally, all of us are easy to reach. You guys could find any one of us, or I'm not even on the panel. I don't know why I'm saying us, but I'm actually joking. I actually put this whole presentation together. I do care about this stuff. But anyways, so this is all very transparent. There's a whole Discord that already exists to where there's a ton of New Jersey natives and people surrounding, and even people that live nowhere around here that communicate. It's the MSG Discord server, and literally any one of us could be reached through that or at tournaments, accessible is what I'm getting at. So there's no reason just to talk to us direct. No reason to not talk to us direct about this stuff. And also here is the okay, it'll pop up in a second.
Man, what
there we go. The New Jersey Ranking 2 submissions. These are the Google documents I was referencing before. As you can see, here's everyone who submitted. Here's the Google Doc. Real easy, but I think we've kind of harped on that. I don't know. Do we want to just kind of dive in?
Yeah, like I said, just go read it. But the two things that you guys asked for is the two things that we changed. So definitely read up on that, and we're not trying to waste too much time with that. If you have any questions, you know where to find us.
Yeah, literally find us.
Some of you even know where we live.
Yeah, that's true.
I posted my address on Twitter. All right, let's start.
Transparency. I'm so ready.
That's too.
You guys already saw the big boy, so
yeah. Let's talk about it anyway.
There.
And also take a minute to appreciate this wonderful slide that Mr. Chris
there we
made.
go.
Hey, there we go. So to nobody's surprise. I mean, I don't know. Some people might have been surprised, but
some people were thinking he wasn't one, and I was like, ooh.
So I don't know. There's a little bit to that. I don't know, James. How many times have you played Nairo in to get into top 8 scenario or close?
So 3 for top 8s, and just at what's it called, Suplex City, twice.
Yeah,
and top 8, pretty obnoxious.
Yeah, and if I recall, I think your sets were mostly last hit.
Yeah, all the top 8 fighting sets were all game 5 last hit.
Yeah, last stock, last hit, game 5.
Yeah.
So I think it's plenty reasonable to be wow, James is pretty close to being number 1. So I think that is interesting.
Yeah.
I actually want to start the PR on the other end. I think maybe I'm a season or 2 premature. Instead of going from 1 to 15, where 1 is obvious, I want to go from 15 to 1 because I'm wow, it's getting interesting at the top. And this is the start
we want to make
that.
we want to make the people wait for the good stuff.
Maybe season 3 we'll do that. Let's see if we got any more changes.
Who cares about the actual community, guys? Please, please, who gives a shit?
So if there's one thing I can add to this is that this is one of the very I don't want to say a rare exception because obviously Nairo's a busy person, but this is one of the few times where he's had legitimate head-to-heads against people within the state. Yeah. And outside of one set to Leon, he's pretty much smoked all of us. So that speaks volumes about how good Nairo still is. Obviously his results he's only won 1 massive tournament so far, but he's still placing top 8 at all of the big dances. So that's something to keep in mind, and also how good the rest of us are, because players like James has fought Nairo 2 or 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I just have the VOD playing in the background. I can't control the RNG. I can't control the RNG. All right. That's enough.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on from Nairo to no one's surprise. Congratulations to him. And as we transition on to number 2, I don't know, guys. Who could it be? Is it me? Is it Hungry?
Is it John Wayne?
No, it's James. It's James.
Number 2, coming back for more doo-doo.
Yeah.
James, back it again with the pink sweater.
That is a nice jacket.
Yeah, agreed.
So this is your correct me if this is one of your first you don't usually travel as much as what I'm trying to get at. It's my autism.
I didn't travel this much, but I knew I was popping pussy, so I was like, I'm going every day.
Yeah, like the results speak for themselves. Like it's been a 1-2 race between you and Nairo for the last like few years, and with the new residency taking place this season, things are probably gonna get weird. But nonetheless, though, good job, buddy.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. No, I mean,
That was really nice.
There's honestly a lot to say, just because, like, I don't know. James obviously has gone to more big tournaments, I think, in one season this past season than he probably did all of Smash 4, if I had to guess. Such tournaments include Gommel, Midwest Arena. I swear Rickles just threw that tournament for you just to win it. I feel like it's like
great.
I feel like it's collusion. But anyways, yeah. So you had that, obviously Smash and Splash, and I said it a while back where I was just like, this isn't surprising. Like, James is super good at this game, and he does these things. And I think now that, like, more people are paying attention to the game in general, like, that's just more in the spotlight. So it's interesting because it's kind of like you expect to see you in top 8, which is, I think, I don't know. I've sort of been on that train for a while as, like, a lot of the people who really pay attention around here. So, yeah, top end will be interesting. With Tweak in town too, because I think you already got that win on Tweak. I think actually.
Yeah. I mean, I do. Justin does. Jude does. Gons does, but that's last season.
Hey,
you have 2 though.
Yeah. So I have 2 weekly.
So moving forward, this could be. Do you think this is where like the things start to get weird? Maybe.
I'd say definitely. This is. I think third is a controversial spot, and I think a lot of people thought it was controversial to begin with, but obviously it's controversial because no one knows the order. So yeah, moving from here on up is. I think it's surprising. It's okay. So it looks surprising, but now that the data is public, you guys can literally go look at it and realize that it's like, wow, this isn't that surprising. But anyways, who wants to say this one?
Number 3 is James again.
Just kidding.
Wants that.
It's Leon. Yay!
Yeah.
This actually is pretty hype. I'll be the hype man for this one because, like, the classic story. If you watch this channel or watch the past PR reveal, you've already heard this already. But Leon was like a late bloomer in Smash 4. Came on like in the season that no one cared at all about the game. No one was competing. No one was doing anything. It was just sort of like these weird 4 months at the end of the game where everyone wanted to nerf Bayonetta, but whatever. So Leon comes on strong with a Bowser, just by the skin of his teeth gets on the PR. A lot of people like kind of grind out that last season trying to get it, and Leon was like kind of just starting to attend tournaments as far as I know. Basically he was born and raised in Spectrum, which he is rocking that sponsorship. And then he just sort of kind of got better from there. Like at Suplex City, ended up beating Nairo, which was like one of the first big tournaments that happened.
Keep in mind, the only person like within the state of New Jersey to beat Nairo this season.
Yeah, that's like
that obviously speaks spades, and like it shows like just to kind of like piggyback off of what you were saying. Like the story of Leon has always been a great one. And it's always been that case of like him making strides to get better. He did it at the local level, and then it's like, okay, let's see you do it at like the regional level, and then it's like, okay, now let's see you beat like the big players. And he did just that. Suplex City was obviously the big coming out party for him. He took a set off of Nairo, he took a set off of Juice, 2 players that were, definitely considered better than him at that time. And then, you look at what happened at Smash and Splash, where he just went on a tear to 9th place. Like 9th place with solo Bowser, and after what he did to Cosmos, like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Cosmos.
It's like the numbers, and not even just that. Like you look at the monthly numbers, like even within state, like almost everything that Leon went to this season, he either won or was in like 2nd or 3rd place. So,
dude, Leon got a 0 video. He got Bowser player destroys top player. 3 stocks top player. Like he got that. Like that's like actually a big deal these days. His popularity as far as like a player in New Jersey is actually it's substantial, and I think it's really cool that it kind of came on how it did. And this is like, honestly, I know a lot of guys like to in the community itself like are like, okay, I want to start streaming, I want to start placing well at tournaments. So like Leon's basically that guy who like kind of just found his rhythm in it and does that. Like, but the reality is like that's like it's like the everyman like kind of why you play Smash. It's like it's pretty cool, quite honestly. Coming from a local, all that stuff. But yeah, so that's number 3. And then this is where it really gets interesting, in my opinion. So who wants to open up number 4?
Number 4 is James again. Nah, it's Gons.
Oh, he looks cute there. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is good.
Nah,
So
dude.
Gons.
Yeah, go ahead, Kufa.
So I was gonna say Gons is another one of those guys where you've seen him be able to like, do it in the past. Like Gons kind of had that. Obviously, his breakout story was a little bit sooner. But he was able to find a character in Palutena that meshed with him, and he just kind of like turned it on, and he started winning everything again, like he usually does. And he was also doing it at the big stage. Like, just look at the wins that he has, man. Like, beating presumably like a top 2 or 3 player. Like, Gonzo's never been at that peak before. And then you just look at the rest of the resume and just the people in state that usually give him trouble that he was able to like put the hands on. Like, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, and then I actually missed if you said this. I was getting this clip together, but like Gons is like even from the beginning, and first of all was the most reliable player outside of James. James basically just kind of shut out Gons in Smash 4, but otherwise Gons was winning pretty much everything in Smash 4 outside of that. And basically did that in the beginning of this game too. It's a kind of like a sheer will sort of thing that Gons does, but in either case, found his character, gets his results, and he wins. He goes to like a ton of locals, so just by virtue of that, like he just like kind of nets wins, like a lot of them. Yeah, I think like there was one point he was having like 4 or 5 tournament wins a week.
Yeah, Gonz is good. Anybody else got anything to say?
He's good.
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 God, I wish this wasn't transitioning so slow. I swear I'm hitting the transition button quicker, but OBS is like sleepy.
Talk about that shield poke just right now. Never mind. Let's go.
Yeah. It was kind of nice.
All right, so then here's where the list gets less surprising because if Gons is number 4, that kind of leaves no one else for number 5, and that is also.
It's really James again. This is getting kind of weird.
Yeah,
guys.
I don't understand how this is going.
James, man, why are you rigging on the panel?
Yay, Justin.
Nah, it's and yeah, it's Wishes. So Wishes was also kind of out of the gate one of those filthy cheaters who got the game early. Was beating up Nairo, and Nairo's the best. So obviously he's cheating. Like, but in either case, no. Honestly. Wishes is he's an amazing player. He's also kind of on that same wave as also James because like he's has like kind of similar-ish placings at like bigger events. Like he's played very well. He does have wins. Like he's got wins over Yeti, Light, Prodigy, obviously Jen. But
yeah, like you just look at like.
I would like to say that the battle for 5th was a lot closer than you guys might think it was. So it's a really good accomplishment that he got 5th, because 4th and 3rd were really stacked. So it's a good job on Justin here. He really cleaned it up at the majors, getting that 9th and 17th S tier tournaments. He just did not let up at those really big tournaments, and that's where like he kind of shined the best.
Especially considering the fact that he was like constantly switching characters. Like, we're using a set of Joker here, but he's played, he's gone back to playing Inklings, still kind of leaning on Pokemon Trainer whenever he needs it. And did you guys play each other at Frost at Smash and Spot, James? I forget.
No.
Okay, I thought there was a major you guys might have had to play each other. I forget.
We played that glitch, which was ages ago.
That's what it was. Okay, never mind then.
Was that 2 seasons ago, or was that this past season?
Well, there's only been 2 seasons.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jeez.
Math was hard.
Oh man, my brain hurts.
Yeah. But anyway, good stuff to Justin. Like we said, this spot was a lot closer than the data would let on, but Justin's resume was just too good to not like warrant the top 5 placing.
Yeah.
So that must mean that if Justin's number 5, then that really only means number 6.
James.
Yeah, you got it.
I was close. It starts with a J.
Yeah, you were.
Jakal.
There's a lot of J's if you think about it.
Yeah, wow. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, not only is Jakal really like proven that he's just like kind of good at this game in general with his performances towards the end of Smash 4, beating like MK Leo and stuff like that. But like, yeah, but like in either case, like he's been kind of the picture of consistency since he found Wolf. He started the game off with Pichu, and kind of was, as I'm looking at his best placements, pretty smart about the tournaments he attends. Because going to Overclocked is like one of those trips where there's a ton of good players there, and you could see he got wins on Mars, Raffi, both guys in that region, probably at that tournament.
No, well, he got the wins on Raffi at Overclocked. He beat Mars back at Suplex City, which was a big deal because like Mars like he seldomly like loses to people outside of like the quote unquote top 10, top 15 range, and not to throw shade at Jude, but he just doesn't have the travel resume. Because I obviously think the world of him as a player, and we all do. Like it speaks. It's unfortunate when. Am I cutting out?
No, you're good.
Okay, never mind. My screen just froze for a second. I got scared. Yeah, but like Jude. The problem with Jude is that he was just kind of a homebody this last season, which isn't a bad thing considering like the amount of rich talent pool that the Northeast has. So like it's not a terrible thing to not be able to travel as much as everyone else, but he was able to make the most of his opportunities, like we said. And I'm sure he's took a little bit of a tumble, for his standards, obviously, but still, nonetheless, one of the flag bearers for the state. Yeah,
man, he kind of like he was one of those he kind of took James' spot at the end of Smash 4, so that's weird that one was also James.
You guys gotta do something.
Yeah, but this was a really, really, really close 5th and 6th.
Yeah,
this was one of the longest spots that we actually kind of like talked over. So, yeah, if you look at the data, it looks kind of weird. It's like, especially if you just look at his wins alone, it's like, oh, Mars. It's like, oh, damn, maybe he should have been 5th. But it's like, how do you rate that versus like Wish's like S tier performances? And we're already on 7th place. All right.
Yeah. So
I'll be honest with you, I thought you were already kind of heading that way, and then you held the thought a little longer than I thought you would, and then I was just like, well, I'm not going to turn this away now.
Yeah. So coming in like a bat out of hell this season to lucky number 7. And fun fact, this is the highest. Yeah, it is a Penguin. This is also the highest leap a player made from last season to this one.
+4.
Yeah. So good stuff to Atomisk. I guess we can stop avoiding his name. Atomisk. Don't call him that. He'll actually get mad.
There's not a lot to eat at my table. Just saying.
Yeah. So, if you look at, obviously the results are kind of like, they're good, obviously, but the wins are where it really stands out, especially like using solo DDD, like for the most part. Like Pelka's probably going to be on the PGR. Jen is a borderline PGR player, and obviously being able to hold it down like in state as well. Obviously 3rd at King. Only losing. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, everyone's got like a Gen win. It's great. He's helping out everyone's resume, man.
It's actually true. The amount of times I typed Gen on player slides today.
North Jersey, baby.
The homie.
I'm saying.
Baby.
Bro, yeah. Why can you eat that? It's so weird.
You ever watch him eat like a Belmont axe? It's hilarious.
I don't want to see that.
It's horrible. So yeah, good stuff to Atomisk. Like I said, the most improved player from last season to this, going from number 11 to top 10.
A true legend, New Jersey. A true legend of New Jersey, kind of surviving through Melee
and Brawl.
Yeah.
It's like the new scene knows Atomisk as the Melee player, but like I knew Atomisk as the Brawl player.
And I know Atomisk as the Ultimate player, which is crazy.
Yeah, can we talk
I'm pretty behind the curve.
Atomisk Falcon, bro. I don't know a lot of people know about that, but I really liked it. I'm just saying.
Just go watch a set from SmashCon like 3 years ago. It's fantastic. Anyway, so moving on.
Falco, that was weird.
Yeah, piss baby.
Moving on is a new addition to the PR this season, and that's Christmas, which really is no surprise to anyone. He ended up getting the win at the Arcadian, sandbagging the whole first season just so he could win that, and then goes on to basically go on a tear in all of season 2, which was kind of made him kind of easy towards the top of the ranks outside of the obvious first few names that we kind of got through. And this is sort of like the point where it really gets interesting.
Who wants to talk about Chris?
Yeah.
Yo, so basically he fucked shit up, like, right? So every monthly he went to top 4. It was top 4 every single time. And look at the wins he's got. He's got a win on Wishes, win on Juice. Comet, he's number 1 in Wisconsin.
Yes.
He's got wins on Gons. I think on someone else.
Not on James.
Not on James.
No.
So unfortunately, this spot is not James, but I think all the other ones are. So good on Christmas to make it on the PR.
Yeah, that's actually a great point.
Yeah, I think the thing about Christmas is that we were like kind of waiting for him to come around because like he obviously popped on the PR at the end of Smash 4, was absent on the first Ultimate PR, but has since found his sea legs. No pun intended, God, squid. But yeah, just if you just look at the wins and just like how well he was able to hold down like, on the home front and also performing well out of region. He got 97th at Smash and Splash, which I don't think I listed, but it's there was too many like everybody traveled like so frequently. It was kind of hard to pick. Like I only picked like 4 of like what I think are the highlights just to kind of like make things easier to read.
Christmas is getting funny.
Dude, I'm having like I literally just turned it off right when he won the game. But anyways, I'm having the worst RNG with like the clips.
It's funny. I think it's great that way.
Yeah,
So,
it's actually it's kind of perfect for this current cast.
Another thing I have to say, again, this is another one that was really, really close.
Yes.
And as we transition to the 9th spot, not too big a surprise here is our resident Ness, Dark Matter.
Not James?
Also James. the Shoyo Ness.
Yeah.
Oh my
that?
god.
I want to remind about that forever.
Yeah. So Dark Matter has always been, he's kind of like furniture at this point. He's been on the last like 4 PRs or something. Like you don't really realize it. Like I don't really realize it until I look at the results, but like most of the things that Dark Matter goes to, whether it be like, in the past it was strictly to weeklies, and he since had started broadening his portfolio, which was originally why we made the rules cough but nonetheless. and again he just continues to perform well. You look at the resume, he places really well. He gets the wins to show for it. He's got a handful of wins on wishes this season.
I mean, he did. I mean,
did.
This was like a first big win. I feel like a notable win as far as like this season went. But yeah, because this set, like I remember it actually happening. It was like kind of dominant too, man. Because like Dark Matter's one of those players. Like once he kind of gets in like a mindset, like he kind of just gets the win. I don't know. He's like very, very consistent. Outside the weeklies, he still places very, very well at the monthlies, like consistently. And this is like kind of
top 4, top 3 usually.
And I might almost say that this kind of plays to why the original rule was made. I know you already mentioned this, but I think like why it even still stands up is because now he's kind of proving that he can do that, whether he'd be playing against a pool of North Jersey players, whether he'd be playing the usual South Jersey players. Like he is getting around to like kind of the bigger but not really big events, because like that's like kind of like what's reasonable for an average player. So it's like you could still get ranked with all of that stuff. Like it's, I don't know. I think it definitely makes sense.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Now as we round out 10.
Hello?
Give the boys what
Can you
they
guys
want.
hear me?
Give the boys what they want.
Yeah, there we go. We got South Jersey. Got South Jersey on the PR.
Hey.
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 Wait. Yeah. Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
It's James.
Yes. Now I can.
Echo Fighter.
Yeah. So Vince, this is gonna come as a shock for some people. It came as a shock to me. I like kind of read the data. We were all kind of given our preliminaries, and then this closer I looked at it, like.
Okay, he's cutting out. I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah, run with it.
Look at those wins, man. Look at those wins. James, Gons, Jakal. Boom. You would think it would have been higher, but unfortunately, he kind of like floundered somewhere in the middle, not as consistent as the people above him. But he was still really, really tight enough to be number 10. That is a very big accomplishment.
Yeah, I think it's great, especially because like it's been like kind of like notorious, like definitely meme worthy about South Jersey being able to come out, and then like how they do when they come out, and basically like how they kind of stick to themselves. But here you see like now you have a South Jersey player in the top 10, and that win on James is obviously a pretty big one. And he went on to get what did he get, 7th at Scarlet Classic? What that's 9th. But in either case, I mean, yeah, he's getting the wins when they matter. Like this is like.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. My computer spazzed out. By the way, I lied before when I said that. Oh wait, never mind. I'm still stroking out. Just keep going. I'm dying.
Actually, same. But
good job, Vince.
Yeah, honestly, it's a really good job, Vince, because
he's been working hard for a really long time, and it's really great that he's finally accomplished something like to this level.
Dude, I'm seeing like a lot of clips via Vince's Twitter, and a lot of them are pretty crazy. Follow him on Twitter.
Vince has some nice tweets.
Oh my god, this picture is fucking great. Oh my
Who wants
god.
to? You know what? I'll do number 11. This, I guess,
Please hurry up. They're gonna kick us out.
dude, this picture. This is the best picture. This is also James, by the way. Oh, this one actually hit me really funny. Okay, so yeah, Maverick Hunter has been grinding out Mega Man matchups and games as Mega Man, just making so many people angry for a long time now. He even had a 40-minute set just at the DNA Grand Finals just last night. Son of Gun just can't help himself. Just keeps camping. Has also become quite the TO. Hence the picture with the megaphone there. It's like, yeah, man. He's been grinding the game, and actually he's been coming out to a lot of locals, and he's obviously been placing really, really well. And let's see, yeah, he's got like a lot of the local wins you want to see, like the win on Gons. That's like a rite of passage. Stocktaker that's honestly a great win. I'm not sure what Stocktaker's rank is in New York, but he's always on the cusp. I know that's like a big meme too, but like the dude's
He's top
amazing.
15 in New York.
He is top 15. Okay.
Currently still, as the New York PR hasn't come out yet. But I do want to add one thing before my microphone decides to naturally select me again. And that's that, like back when we were going through the controversy of like, if you work on Saturdays, you can't get power ranked in New Jersey. And Maverick Hunter was the name that people threw around as an example. And it's like, I mean, look at the wins, man. Like his resume was very, very good, despite what a lot of people probably would have thought.
Yeah,
So.
he was kind of like a sleeper pick. A lot of people weren't talking about him before the season was ending. But if you look at his resume, it's really, really impressive.
Yeah,
and there's more than just what we posted here. I think he's got a win on Dill too.
He does, I believe so.
Some other people, I can't remember right now.
No, you're definitely right. He's been going around a lot, and he pretty much makes it count. Makes it count when he does. So, yeah, that's your number 11. And let's see, who do we have at number 11? I almost forget until I see the slide. Been definitely paying attention. Okay, yeah. So, this is a jump. This is kind of like the product of getting a local in your region. That's pretty good, and you end up just doing really well at it. Wraith is, if you watch MHG for tournament streams, you're pretty well familiar with him. He's constantly in grand finals at DNA. On the bottom, I was even able to sneak in 2 wins. As you can see, he's won 2 just last season. Places pretty well in New York. 7th at Xeno. Also, the wins you want to see, he's kind of goes close with Gons at the DNAs when Gons used to go to them. Yeah, I don't know. Who wants to take over on Wraith?
All right, so everybody's mad every single time they see Jalil in the PR. So get fucked.
begins to cry. No, yeah. But I mean, Wraith was 15 last season, and he barely made it because that 15 spot was much coveted. So coming in at 13 is now convincingly on the PR, which is good for him.
That Spectrum win, he beat Gons there twice. He beat Utopian Ray and Ralphie. He beat Bankai, Odyssey, and someone else at that DNA he won. But overall, like he has just like wins everywhere, man. Central Jersey, North Jersey, New York. This guy goes out there and he gets those wins. I know he's got a win on Enzo too. Like he gets the wins, man.
Always a very sneakily good resume because everyone forgets about him. And they like to shit on him.
Yeah, yeah, man. Okay. And I guess he's totally just dropped me Sword Fighter. I was looking at that earlier. I know he used to have one, but I guess not.
Yeah, he's mostly just Snake. Occasionally he'll go Bayo, but it's mostly Snake.
All right, let's give the people what they want.
All right, are we ready to do that? I guess. Yeah, we're ready to do that.
James.
There you go. Everyone can go home happy now.
This is James at the break.
So who wants to talk about Haven?
Okay, Haven is. I got this. No, dude, Haven.
I'm just afraid my computer's gonna blow up. That's why I'm not trying to delete on Haven.
Now, Haven's actually, without any bias, kind of one of my favorites around here. Constantly hitting me up about like montage videos. He made like that one weekly roundup video that was on the channel that people liked, and then we didn't do anymore. But we'll probably do some other ones because we talked about it.
Oh no,
Dude, it's okay because we've talked about better content since. But the fact is he's very like interested and very like hands-on in the scene. He's even a mod in multiple. He's a mod in James's server. He's a mod in the MHG server. Just overall, just like follows the scene, tries his best to like give something to it, and is pretty good at the game. And some of his stuff is I was thinking of Collision for a minute, but I know he had big wins there, but that was a season ago. But since then, like he has really good like once again like the local wins you want to see, which includes like Juice, Christmas, Ralphie, Lemon Tea, pretty good slew. I mean, he's coming out to New Jersey tournaments and just doing well. As you can see, kind of like a 5th place god, but that's over a lot of people. And that's enough to basically like make it in the bottom end of like the PR.
Yeah. The problem with Haven is that he was obviously a high school student at the time. I don't think he still is, but it was kind of hard for him to be able to go out to do things. And he came really close a couple of seasons ago. I forget how long. It was like a couple of years ago, I think, at this point. But yeah, hard work pays off, and especially playing a completely new character, a character that's very good in Wario. And yeah, it couldn't have happened to a better kid. Like I'm a big, Haven's retweets are one thing, but Haven the person, great kid, big fan. Good job, buddy.
God, I'm having really bad RNG with these clips. I think every time I put it on, it's someone losing. Someone who slided is losing a stock. But there you go. There's Haven farting on zone. So.
Nice.
Oh.
I think for next season we need to purposely use videos of everyone losing.
I mean, we're demoing it this season. It's going amazing. We don't even have to plan for it.
All right, moving on in the rankings. We're nearing the last 2 spots. We're going to make this go by quick. This guy plays another fighting game, but he's still sometimes really good at the good one. It's Steve, a.k.a. Corona17.
That's Witch Doctor Gaming Corona 17 to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Corona, a bit of a doubles god. Always going to see him in the top 2 of doubles bracket. I say that specifically because because there's some days like where he's really on and wins, and there's some days where he's just himself and he's just good at doubles. But he also is pretty good at singles. And I think initially, I think the PR graphic, which you'll see in a bit, only had one of his characters. But as you can see, he's got a Wario that's pretty good, and he's been using this thing since like the beginning of the game. But his Crom's pretty strong, and this is probably, I guess it would, obviously, according to the PR, is the 2nd best Crom in the region. Obviously behind James.
I don't know, my Crom's kind of nice.
I'm saying, but anyways.
Yeah, so if you look at the results, like Steve, he attended a decent amount of things, and they were all like tournaments that counted for the most weight. So that's definitely an easy, a good way to, kind of clinch out these like bottom spots in a PR. He's obviously the results speak for themselves. The wins are also really good. So, and he's really good at Tekken. So,
yeah,
shout out to my man.
You come for the Tekken friendlies, the doubles, and you stay for the PR spot.
All right, so we're here at the last spot on the PR, ladies and gentlemen.
Who can it be?
Who's it gonna be?
Who's it gonna be? Drum rolls.
I think it's gonna be James again.
Better quiet.
It's Biddy.
I mean, you were right.
So while some people rose, Biddy unfortunately took the biggest fall out of anybody on the last season's PR. These 15 spots are like usually pretty hard to like rank out for, because like you're usually kind of looking at like the results are gonna vary, like both figuratively and literally. But when you look at Biddy's resume, like his local wins were really good. The few regionals he went to were pretty good. And yeah, just a model of consistency.
Dude, that's the Biddy we know. I actually don't remember the last time Biddy wasn't on a PR in New Jersey. It's been a while. If I'm being honest.
It was close.
Yeah, and it was close.
No, yeah, this was very close. There was like 4. This is probably the closest it's been for like a 15 spot, because like usually there's like a couple of glaring omissions, and we didn't all totally agree on this final spot, if we're being totally transparent also. But
well, there's a good news that these documents are all public now. So
yeah,
you can be the judge for yourself. But while we're talking about close 15 spots, I guess it's a good time to go into honorable mentions. And you guys have 4.
Yeah, you missed it. Yeah, you missed Biddy.
It was Biddy. He's 15.
How long were you gone?
Rigged. For like 14 and 15.
Okay, so you
I'm
didn't.
sorry, I got a call.
Quite all right. Well, it's funny. I made a really good segue for the honorable mentions, but then we de-segued. So then I'll re-segue to the 15 spot was definitely difficult to calculate. So who else was close? I wasn't very much involved with this.
A few names. Lemon Tea was very close. Ram, very newcomer, like super new.
Wow, that's crazy. Because I feel like I
Yeah.
didn't even really hear much about Ram until like mid-season too.
He put
Yeah.
in like so much work in such a small amount of time. Like it's actually kind of nuts.
A few people who didn't submit were Jack and Unknown, so we'll never know.
Well, we did look at them anyways, but
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's like
It was close
wasn't-
enough to warrant the people
it wa-
submitting getting the spot.
yeah. Law was also kind of close because he got that 7th that
yeah, he was pretty close too.
Yeah,
he didn't really have a real submission though, so it wasn't a lot to look at.
He honestly just
Um,
didn't give a shit.
Yeah, whatever.
it'd be
Fuck
like that.
guy.
Couple local guys were also in the mix too. Like Ace
Ace
Attorney
Attorney.
he had a really good resume. Like it was close. It's definitely a lot closer than you think. So
Yeah, we took a long time for number 15. About to make sure it was right, but eventually, it just ended up being Biddy because you know what? He rigged it. I'm gonna be honest. No,
Fucking done here. Fucking outing him. This is the
I'm
last
just joking.
stop.
I'm just joking. He had like really good like wins at monthlies, not like huge, but like stuff like Sabo. And then he had the weeklies. He had wins on Gons. I think he had
And
like
Jack.
three or something wins on Gons, the Jack and the other people. But basically, at the weeklies, he did show up. So everyone keeps saying weeklies don't count. It definitely do.
They
so please
definitely
stop
count.
saying it.
And guess what? You could
Fucking
even
hate you guys.
check the document as my computer tries to like
Another one
load
was
it.
Bryce, but Bryce's
Okay.
resume was so small.
Yeah, he had like
Yeah.
2 fucking babies in there, and that's it.
Yeah, so yeah, but just to show that there was a lot of people who were considering for 15.
Only 2 babies. That's ridiculous. Why even submit?
maybe 3.
Yeah, but still, like.
Yeah, I know, but that's something we were trying to avoid because like obviously it's easy to have like a good resume with only like 6 tournaments on it, and we've caught heat for that in the past. So we were trying to keep things consistent and properly look at the people who had a much more fuller resume. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we got him. So I guess it's a good time for anyone who joined us late or even anyone who might be skipping around in the future VOD just to make another mention at the rules again, because this was very controversial the last time around. Basically, everything is public now. So you can track your wins as they happen, Google Docs, all this information will be linked, yada, yada, yada. So that is how all of this worked.
And I just want to say really quick that the people that properly submitted made this so easy. Like, I want to give huge props to RJ because this is the easiest time I've ever had having like the information in front of me for like a power ranking. So, fill it out as the season goes on, guys. It's really like there's a few people that do that. Like, if you just take the extra like 10, 50 minutes at the end of a really good tournament just to kind of jot down your wins so you're not panicking to cram everything in at the end of the semester.
Oh, I want to say another thing. Real quick. All you guys are really, really bad at not making your shit public. When you submit, you got to make it a public document.
Show us your tax returns.
DM'd, added, everything. I was like putting everybody on blast. I'm like, yo, your shit's on private. Why? It's not that hard. You guys go to school.
Yeah.
You guys are not children. You're not literal babies or like 70-year-old like senior citizens.
Yeah, y'all make us work so hard, and we don't even get paid. We pay people to make the image and everything. We lose money.
How about
doing
next
this.
time you guys pay us? Not really. We don't do that. But if you
Yeah,
But I got one better. If you're enjoying this content and you like the way this is presented, you could like, follow, subscribe, Master Hand Gaming. And tell your friends and are hungry. Follow him on Twitch,
Yeah.
twitch.tv, and
I'm
Shoyo
supposed to get
James. Twitch.
I need 100 subs for my Chrome guide. I'm like at 93.
Yeah, legitimately, just tune into the streams. It helps a lot. Everyone in this call trying to get partnered, and essentially, you need an average 75 viewers. So if you see one of the streams kind of just chilling, and you're kind of just chilling, just click on it.
Oh shit!
I
remember that.
I don't
God
have a
got
Twitch page.
$50
What?
for no reason one time.
Okay, bye.
Yes, but his paycheck depends on the success of this Twitch. So
I don't have a Twitch page.
they sigh. Well, hey, guess what? We never showed the graphics, so I'm gonna do that right now.
Yeah, let's do that.
I want
Pretty funny. I like it a lot.
it.
I think it's clever. I really like it.
It's definitely clever, man. I mean, this. I like to use the word ambition a lot and ambitious. This is definitely ambitious and quite suitable in a lot of ways and pretty fun just to look at. So shout outs to Glenn for the creativity.
Yeah. So I'm gonna explain a little situation with me and Gons. We were at DNA once, and I think I got seconding at first, and the split was really weird. I'm like, why do you have $2 more than me? Just give me those $2. And he was like, all right. And I just like he literally had no reason to give it to me, and it was just like, all right. Sick, $2.
God, it's like stealing candy from a baby.
It was something like that, but it was just like there's no reason for him to say yes, but he did it anyway. He's a good guy.
Yeah,
watch his YouTube. He's starting up a YouTube channel. Please subscribe to Gonza's YouTube.
Yeah, go do that right now, or you're a baby. James is definitely a baby, but he's still gonna do it anyway. So yeah, basically that's the top 15. And did we like talk in depth about like how like the tournaments are scaled differently, or we just kind of like?
Nah, but that's pretty simple and easy, and you guys will be able to read about it in a page we'll post later. But to give the general gist, because you guys probably are like pooped from the stream already. So weekly, the rule still is there. However, they're bumped from their 0.25 value to a 0.50 value, and depending on who's in attendance in terms of PR players or like number of entrants, it can be bumped to 0.75, which is, right next to the monthly, which is a whole point. And now monthlies can be bumped down if their attendance is too low or not enough PR players to 0.75 as well. So they're going to be relatively, comparable. They still mattered last season, but now they're going to matter more this season.
Yeah, like we heard you, we're not, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm not stupid. And we can see that that obviously the weeklies are bursting at the seams and the monthlies are still getting really good attendance, and we want to be able to reward the fruits of those labors, and I think we're doing so. And people, like, obviously what was said in the past was said in the past, but like weeklies definitely made a big difference in a lot of these placings. Like I feel like I say the same thing every time we do one of these, but like now I'm saying it again for my own sanity, and it's in writing. So yeah, if you guys want the extra brownie points, definitely encourage travel, encourage your tournaments to get their shit together, and
you literally build your scene. Like it's exactly that.
Try to feel.
And it's relatively simple to follow. Like if you want to look at the last spectrum we just had, that one is gonna like qualify for the 0.75 scaling, where the wins, the placement, all that is 0.75 rather than 0.50, because they had like 100 entrants and like more than 10 PR players in attendance. The scaling's gonna be around those numbers. We'll post the official stuff later, but that's just a general idea for you guys.
Yeah. So
it's a working machine. Your feedback
everybody's
goes,
happy.
Yeah, your feedback goes a long way. So the more interactivity, the better.
Basically, stop being baby bitches.
Yeah.
No, I don't wanna. That's pretty much it. So the season started back on July 1st, and it's going through till September.
Let's see, 3 months. So yes, going through to September, because
September 30th will be the last day.
Yeah, so obviously if you're going to Cheyenne and SmashCon and Evo, if that's your cup of tea, Defending North next weekend, that's some brownie points you can farm right there if you're going to that.
They have over 400 attendance right now, so that's a PGR B event already. So
well, we don't know yet because the standards for the next PGR season aren't out yet.
Oh, right,
that's
because
true.
There's a list of names now. Okay, well, it's probably close.
So let's go around the table and we're gonna say let's all predict where we think James is gonna be in the PGR. I think he's gonna be like 49.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be 69.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think he'll probably get that 50 spot we were talking about last week. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
good
pretty,
job.
He's pretty good.
9th place is for baby.
Yeah,
Love you, buddy.
what's pretty crazy is that 9th place is still top 10 when you think about it.
Woke.
Huh.
All right, so that's gonna be it for us.
12. What I'm just saying.
Fuck. Shit. Yeah. So with that being said, that's gonna be it for us. This will all be up in writing and in the form of the YouTube VOD. And just so we can say it, the podcasts are still a thing. Like I've heard multiple people say that the podcasts are dead. They're not. We just locally record them instead of live streaming them. So we don't have instances where like my computer shits itself like it's been doing all day, and I'm really fucking pissed about it.
Or mine.
Yeah,
because
so
it does happen. And quite honestly, the podcast is kind of for you deep lore buffs. I know not a ton of people watch it. This is a small stream, not going to beat around the bush, but we enjoy doing them. There's a value in it. I think the people that do listen actually listen and seem to enjoy it. So if that's always going to be the case, I'm always going to enjoy talking about this stuff with Koopa. So
and we got some fun content ideas moving forward. Like we might start doing interviews with people. If you guys got any ideas of stuff that you want us to talk about on the podcast, let us know. Obviously, we're open to suggestions.
Yes, be interactive. It's like your interactivity changes the things that happen around here. I can't believe it. It's like a crazy thing.
I can't believe this.
Wow. How do I help my local scene?
I was doing so good. Steve, man.
No, we got a lot more coming up, and
so go watch Hungry play Banjo-Tooie. Go sub to James so that he can get his Crom emotes. Go sub to Gods on YouTube because
the guide needs to come out. 100. I'm at 93 subs. I'm almost there.
Have you started the guide?
What?
Have you started the guide?
Yes, I have so much fucking shit on there. Yes. Yo,
Me?
Bonk to zero to Death Sabo in the stupidest fucking way possible.
He plays Meta Knight, man. How can you not be stupid?
Guys, Bonk vs Sabo on Clash tournaments, boys. Head on over.
Also, sub to Gods on YouTube and follow Hungry on Twitch. Go. I was gonna say something else witty and clever, but I forget. Let's go invade Area 51.
Should I raid them? What do you do? What's it? A / Area 51 or raid / Area 51? I think that's what I do. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that at the end for you guys. Check it on them.
We'll see you guys this time in 3 months.
Dab on stream.
That's lit, bro.
Yeah. That's a great note to end out the stream on. Anyway, congratulations to the top 15, and we'll catch you guys next week for whenever we upload the podcast, probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. So have a good night, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, good. Our epic transition.